Lesson 9, Part 3. Habitat. Most species prefer a little damp and ventilated environment. Ventilated roof spaces and recesses behind ice supports are ideal areas in which to thrive. So roof spaces and areas behind eaves are ideal places. Other areas suitable to the lifestyle of the woodworm include understair, cupboards and voids within enclosed baths and other sanitary fittings. Timber of intermediate floors in housing is also vulnerable to attack. But raised timber ground floors are less vulnerable if peripheral air vents remain clear for air circulation. Life cycle of insect attack. Wood-boring insects are most active during the warmer spring and summer months. As soon as insects born, they bore into the wood, using its food and shelter. The tunneling effect of hundreds of insects can be extremely damaging. The larval stage is the predominant part of an insect's life, extending for several years before maturing to a chrysalis. The chrysalis develops into an adult beetle just beneath the timber surface, from where it emerges to reproduce, lay eggs, and generate more damage. And woodworm is usually first recognized by the distinctive exit flight holes and powdery deposits on the surface of timber. By this stage, the internal structure of the timber may have suffered considerable damage. The intent of damage may be established by chiseling away the timber surface to examine the borings or galleries produced by the larvae. If the damage is slight and there are only a few exit holes, remedial spraying or brushing with regular application of a properly insecticide will control the problem. Identification and treatment. Woodbore is usually first defined by the distinctive holes and powder on the surface of timber. By this stage, the internal structure of the timber may have suffered serious damage. The level of damage may be established by cleaning of wood surface to define the boring produced by insects. If the damage is little, spraying with special liquid will control the problem. Timbers seriously damaged must be removed and burnt. all new timber must be pre-treated by vacuum or pressure spraying. In new construction, prevention of woodworm infestation by using pre-treated timber is the only effective method of control. Timber-framed housing. Timber framing is a current sustainable method of domestic housing construction. It uses frames manufactured from softwood timber faced with plywood sheet materials. Load-bearing timber walls are constructed by creation a framework of relatively small timbers, up to 150 millimeter multiply 50 millimeter, spaced vertically at 400 or 600 centers. These are known as studs. And have short struts. Of timber or noggin. Placed between them at 1 meter maximum spacing to prevent distortion. Zinc galvanized steel diagonal bracing is an alternative to struts. Head top and sole bottom plate complete the framing. Timber framing. Advantages. Timber-light materials mean saving in foundations. It has a high strength-to-weight ratio. Prefabrication of structural units removes the need for skilled laborers as all joints are supply nailed together. It's highly thermally efficient, easy to create a service void for cable and pipes. It's environmentally friendly method of construction. And the process is not weather dependent. Disadvantages. Poor quality control as damp-proof membranes and breezy membranes can lead to damp penetration. Poor resistance to fire in size under 150 mm multiply 100 mm. Decay in damp situations. However, provided the timber is installed dry and assembled with correct protection, damp-proof cores, vapor-controlled layers, etc., dampness penetration will not be an issue. The fixing of fitting and furniture to the dry-lined wall may present problems. The transmission of sound across the structure may be greater than with the traditional methods. Manufacturer and construction technologies associated with application of platform or balloon framing. Balloon framing uses full height studs from ground to roof, and platform framing uses story height studs such as from ground to first floor, and etc. Platform frame supported at intermediate floor levels or platforms by nailing through the sole plate. Head plates are fixed to the head binder, which links each prefabricated panels. Platform frame. Platform framing is the more common method adopted in the UK today. This picture photo shows the principle of story height platform framed walls made up of approximately 100 mm multiply 50 mm timber studded at 400-600 mm centers. These are supported at intermediate floor levels or platforms by nailing through the sole plates. This balloon frame is independent of the intermediate floor. This is an example of balloon frames and shows the ground floor to eaves, full height balloon framed wall. This is independent of the intermediate floor, except for complementary bracing where the floor joist fixed to studs and a ribbon or ladder let into the stud frame. Story height platform framing is simpler to handle and transport, but less rapidly constructed on site than the one lift to roof level that balloon framing permits. The effects of timber movement are more easily contained and restrained in the smaller units of a platform frame. Here you can see a connection note of details of eaves. head binder, head plate, cavity barrier, studs, and breathe membrane. And this is a ground floor, studs, and connection with the sole plate, and then seal plate with 12 mm anchor bolts at 2 meter spacing. And this is a damp-proof system. So ground floor, you can see all structural element of ground floor, subfloor ventilation, concrete foundation, damp-proof system, cavity drain, veneer brickwork, building paper, stud, interior lining, skirting, bottom plate, flooring, perforated foil insulation, bearer, joist, timber framed cladding. A variety of methods are available to clad the outside of the timber framed construction. An outer cladding of brickwork, which provides a traditional appearance with stainless steel angle wall ties to connect the outer masonry, leaf to the timber framing. A blockwork skin, provided it's covered with a waterproof rendered finish, timber cladding, PVC cladding, clay tiles hung vertically, etc. This is some methods of the timber framed cladding: timber frame traditional, timber frame reversed construction, horizontal weather boarding, timber frame with vertical weather boarding, timber frame with vertical state tile handing, timber frame with cement radar on latham, and the timber frame facade cladding system. The possibility of fire spread through the cavity is restrained by the use of cavity barrier at strategic intervals. These normally occur at the intersection of elements of construction. For example, wall to roof and patio wall to external wall. Fire resistance of cavity barriers in dwellings should be constructed to provide at least 30 minutes of fire resistance. So, quick quiz. Give your reasons why forests should not be regarded as mere source of timber. What are the two types of wood? Timber is an anisotropic material. Explain what this means. Describe the concept of moisture movement. Show the moisture contents of timber in various environments. Explain the effect of moisture on strength of timber. Why would timber for furniture be dried more than timber for roof joist? What is meant by the seasoning of timber and why is it necessary? List few sheet materials made from timber. And repeat the words. Timber, hardwood, softwood, cell, seasoning, plywood, chipboard, kiln, distortion, decay, rot, fungi, deterioration. The next terminology: polymer, monomer, plastic, thermosetting plastic, thermoplastic, epoxy, polyesters, polyurethane, polyvinyl chloride, polyethylene, composites, fiber reinforced plastic, concrete, cement, component, aggregate, hydration, kiln, gravel, furnace slag, expanded clay, fly ash, pumping, clinker, mixing, placing. Pot furnace, tank furnace, annealing, shaping, melting, amorphous, silicate, silicon, sodium, potassium, calcium, lead, zinc. Lime, oxygen, acid, flint. Alloy, blast furnace, ore, corrosion, malleable, ductile, electrolysis, carbon, aluminium, brass, iron, copper, steel. Bonding, alloy, shear force, atom, neuron, proton, electron, stiffness, elasticity, melting, fracture, creep, fatigue, crack. building materials, environment, concrete, metal, steel, timber, insulation materials, polymers, clay, glass, gypsum, bitumen.